Hello all. So in previous videos we came to know how to make a T-lap joint, and we have came to know what are T-lap joint and dowel joint, and we have also came to know what are the different materials used in carpentry, what are the tools used in carpentry, how to make, what are the procedures to make a carpentry uh, objects, and etc. So you should also remember Viva plays a very important role in our lab. Okay, so you can only prepare for Viva when you ask yourself why, how, where. These are the three things which you have to ask yourself: why, how, and where. For example, you touch a scale. You have to think why a scale is used, how it is made, where it is used. These are the three things you have to ask yourself. Whenever you touch each and every tool, you have to think why, how, and where. What material it is made up of, how it is made. These all things, if you put questions on your own self, then you will be able to prepare well for the Viva of your engineering workshop and trade wise. So I have completed the trade one carpentry. In this PPT, I'm going to discuss about few of the Viva questions, thinking why, where, and how. Okay, and I have added few other more questions, not completely in detail, with answers. You can prepare for them also. But the main basic questions are there, which are very important. Okay, and in this whole engineering 4 years, if you question yourself similarly for each and everything, why, what, where, or why, when, where, this all, it would be good for your exposure also. So first question will be like, say I've already asked you what is carpentry, so you can answer. So what are the different tools used in carpentry? External null may ask you this way. So you may say what tools you are used, like steel rule, tri-square, marking gauge, ripsaw, tinian saw, ball pen hammer, jack plane, wooden rascal. Sometimes he may ask in specification, just say three, two, or how many ever you have used it. Okay, you can name them. Second, what is benchwise? Or he may also, so you should answer why we use benchwise. Benchwise is used to hold the workpiece. Okay, so answer. He may also ask you how many types of holding devices are there, name them. You can say benchwise, C clamp, carpentry wise, and etc. He may also ask you like questions like, okay, name the holding devices, then you'll say benchwise and C clamp. So next, he may also ask you showing the work, showing the tool, and he may ask you to name the two parts of the tool. Okay, for example, benchwise has a handle, a screw, a slide, a anvil, a static jaw, and a sliding jaw. And whereas a C clamp has a frame, a handle, a collar, a screw, a mobile jaw, and a fixed jaw. You should be able to answer them also. Okay. And what material benchwise is made up of? This is mostly asked. So it is most commonly used vise. Vise sometimes is also known as parallel jaw vise. It essentially consists of a cast steel body, a mobile jaw, a fixed jaw, both made up of cast steel, a handle, a square thread, a screw, and a nut, all made up of mild steel. Okay. So next question would be, what is a file? So a file is a length of metal with teeth cut into at least one of its sides that is used for shaping or finishing or smoothing of a piece of a material. Have even given a diagram for you for better understanding. How does a file work? He may ask you further. So you shall answer accordingly. He may also ask you when does a file will cut, whether it's in the forward move or is whether it is in the backward move. Even such type of questions may come. Okay. So what are the parts of file? So again I have given the parts of the file: a face, edge, keel, tang, and point. Okay. So what are files made of? Files are made up of high carbon, water hardened, chrome alloy steel. Okay. How does a wooden drafts differ from a file? See, actually you have to understand one thing. Files, there are two types of files. I didn't come into the detail because we didn't come to the, if when we come to the part 2, trait of 2, that is fitting, you will well understand there are two types of files. Okay. I have just introduced to one type, that is wooden drafts file. So even this may, they may ask you what is difference between wooden drafts file and a file also. And there are again two different files in files. Okay, let me go not go into the detail for now. You have to ask how does a wooden rasp differ from a file. A file is meant to shape metal and a rasp is meant to shape a wood. A file will shape wood but not as efficiently as a rasp. A rasp will not shape metal unless it is very soft, and its teeth will soon become dull and ineffective if used on metal. A rasp has very aggressive teeth and a file has a smaller teeth. So you can see here, this is a wooden rasp file where it has sharp tooth teeth, right? So this sharp teeth helps in removing of wood pieces layer by layer. So you shall remember this. Whereas in previous thing I have shown you a file. In this file you can see you don't see smart sharp teeth, right? You see smooth teeth. So this is used for metal. So this helps for removing of metal teeth. If metal has sharp teeth, then the teeth will break. But if wood has smooth teeth, then wood will not come. Excess part of wood will not come. It needs a rough teeth. So that's why a wooden drafts file has a rough teeth. Always remember this. So he may ask you how many types of wooden drafts files are there. There are 8 types of wooden drafts: cabinet drafts, square and knife shaped draft, modular, horse, cranked, needle, round. So there are round, flat, curved, horse shaped, okay, screw type, rifle types. So these are different types, shapes of files which will have, you know, uh, sharp teeth this way. What is a chisel? Next thing is what is a chisel? A long blade handle tool with a bevel cutting edge and a handle which is struck with a hammer or a mallet. Use it to cut or shape wood, stone, or metal. So I have already shown you how to use a chisel in the previous video. You use a ball pen hammer at the backside of the chisel. You hit it with the hammer and you strike the wood piece to remove your excess material. So for that purpose, chisel is used. That's what is mentioned. Okay. So how many types of chisels are there? There are 6 types of chisels. I mean, 7 types of chisels. I have even given the names like bevel edge, firmer edge, pattering chisel, moisture chisel, firmer gauge, scribing gauge. Okay, these are the different types of chisels. Okay, what are the safety precautions are required in carpentry? In previous video also, I have discussed what are the safety precautions. So always prepare with the safety precautions, and remember, even this is also a Viva question, a very important one. So always prepare for the safety precautions. You should also know. So what is a hidden hand rip saw? So this is a very important question. You know it is used to cut the wooden piece. So they will ask you what is a hand ribbon saw. Okay, and he may ask you how many teeth are there, what is the angle of the hand rip and saw, and etc. Also, okay. And he may also ask you what is the difference between Chriscut saw and a ripsaw. Okay, there are two types of saws. He may ask you what are two types of saws available. So you have to say Chriscut saw and a ripsaw. Then he may ask you what is the difference between a Chriscut saw and a ripsaw. So a Chriscut saw teeth are designed for cutting across the grain of the wood. This is generally considered a more difficult task. So Chriscut teeth saw are ideal for it. Chriscut teeth are designed for cutting across the grain of the wood. Rip teeth are designed for cutting along or with the grain. And you can also say the angle of the Chriscut saw is around 90, okay, and this is around like 60. Okay, so this is what you have to say. And I have also written the few more questions. Usually they may ask you the above questions which I have mentioned, but if in detail, if the external wants to go in detail, sometimes he may also ask you like name the number of name the four names of the furniture wood which we use, which general questions like that. Otherwise, what is the endogenous tree, or any other questions. Okay, he may go in detail also. So be well prepared with this all questions. These are very few. You can also, while reading, please read lab manual. We explain you, but still we request you to read the lab manual, because the external may ask you from anywhere. He may just think in a general way. He may test your skills of carpentry in a general way. So these all are general questions. So I request you all to think whenever you read an experiment or a tool or any book or any introduction part, just ask yourself why, where, and when, and how it is used also. If you put these questions to yourself, you can always prepare for your viva. So all the best for your viva, and with this, trade one carpentry ends. Thank you.